All right, guys. Well, hello, and welcome. It is Wednesday, January 29th. And yes, I always have to look at my phone to see what day it is. Happy Wednesday to all of you. I'm excited to be on here today. This is our last zooming into 2020 for the month of January. Those of you members of Team Thrive Nation, I actually put up a post over there about just topics that you guys would like to cover as we move forward. So be sure and go over there and leave your feedback over there for us. This has just been a fun way to just kind of kick off the new year. Regain some focus and grow together as a team. So we're excited that you guys are on here. And today we actually have Danny and Cory Angelo on. So say hello to them. I'm going to kick it right over to you guys right out of the gate and just let you kind of tell us a little bit of your backstory. I mean, because you had a decision when you decided to go all in with this company. It's either continue to work all the extra shifts at the restaurant or go all in with some network marketing company. I don't know if you'll have to let me know if you've ever had experience in that before. And here you are. So tell us all the things.
Okay. Hi guys. I am Danny. This is my husband,
Cory
back here.
It's me.
We have never done network marketing. So this is our first go in this industry. And to say that it's been a blessing and that it's been a fun ride is, not enough. But we've been doing this. We're going into our fifth year. This is our
in July.
5 in July. That's crazy. Time passes when you have those monthly goals. Time passes really fast. But we started in the restaurant industry. So Cory and we met in the restaurant. And that's where we were working prior to the Thrive experience. And we were first-time parents. So we had our 1-year-old at the time. He was a full-time college student. And we were basically like rotating shifts in the restaurant. When I was on shift, he was at home with the baby. When he was on shift, I was at home with the baby, and vice versa all week long. Sometimes Cory was working double shifts. So he was out of the house from morning until Harper was in bed for a couple hours. And for me as a first-time mom, I just wanted something. I wanted to stay home with Harper. Like that was my goal. Being in the restaurant, I was 26 at the time. I had a college degree and I was full-time in the restaurant. And it's just like, I'm thinking to myself, this is not where I want to be anymore. Like I'm done with this. I want to stay home with Harper. Growing up, I always said I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. That was always like my thing. I want to always be able to stay home with my babies. So to be honest with you, this industry was really the only option I had to be able to stay home with Harper and bring in an income at the same time, because Cory was working in the restaurant and he was a full-time student, and one person working restaurant shifts just wasn't going to pay the bills. So my only option was this industry. And I had been watching my friend on Facebook I watched her for, I think it was like 5 months. And it's funny because when she first started, she wrote me like within her first couple days of actually being a Thriver. And I remember the conversation, and I remember it vividly. I was parked in the restaurant. It's funny. I was about to go in for a shift. And I was just like, no, that's just, I'm good. Like that's not for me, or, I don't need that right now. And she came back at me with like, oh yeah, I need, more energy with these 2 kids. And I'm like, yeah, well, I only have 1. So, at that time I kind of like blew her off, and, I watched her, I'm sure all of us can relate, I'm sure we all had our time of, watching, before we started thriving, which is also a really big tip when you're growing your business. Be patient with people. Like, remember, like how long did it take you to thrive? So, when you're kind of getting frustrated with your business, not growing as fast as you want to, just kind of take it back and like, remember, like, yeah, that's right. It took me
5 years into this. Mm-hmm. We're okay with people that have been watching us for 5 years saying today, hey, well, I'm ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like she said, just be patient.
Just be patient. But, you know, it took us 5 months. She was posting about, you know, how awesome she felt. She was losing weight. She had more energy. I could literally tell a difference in her posts. Like I could just see just by the way she was posting on Facebook. And then she got her car. And that was like, for me, that was my like, okay, wait, like if she can do this, like I can definitely do this. And I don't even know if we had a conversation. I don't know if I think we like went back and forth, and it's funny because before I started, we went to go get a Honda Pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in the dealership, and Cory and I, remember, we're working in the restaurant industry. We, you know, $500 a week was like a good week for us, together combined. And I wanted a bigger car. You know, I'm just like, I want a bigger car. Like I want a Honda Pilot. It was, you know, I'm very impulsive if you ever get to know me, but we were in the dealership and Cory's like, we had to co-sign with each other. And he's like, I'm not signing these papers unless you kick ass and thrive. Pardon my French, but that's basically how I got my Honda Pilot. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. So we got the Honda Pilot, and the very next day I signed with Dana as a promoter. So I never had tried the product. I wasn't a customer first. I wanted to be a promoter because, to be honest with you guys, the business and the opportunity was more like what I was kind of pushing towards. So, you know, again, first time mom, I was tired. I was lazy. I napped every time Harper napped. I was like fluffy, to say the least. And I didn't think I needed a product. Like, to be honest with you, I thought, you know, this is how mommies feel. Like, it is what it is, circle of life. I'm supposed to feel this way. So again, I jumped in as a promoter right away. I started sharing Dana's story. I started sharing other Thrivers' story, you know, posting on Facebook. Can't wait to start my Thrive journey. For now, I'll share Dana's results until I, you know, have results of my own. And I was a day one Thriver. We only purchased 1 month. And I was just like, it's crazy. I felt good. I'm sure we can all relate to, we felt the way our bodies should feel. I did not nap with Harper. I was literally on my hands and knees scrubbing the floors that day. He was on shift all day long. I was playing with Harper. I felt good. I was checking things off my to-do list. And he came home. He noticed a difference in me right away. And he took my women's capsules the very next day. And from there, it just kind of history. I mean, we've been passionate about this product. We've been passionate about this business. You know, from the get-go, we were very excited. We were excited to, you know, share it with our friends and family. You know, it's kind of like going to a good restaurant or watching that, you know, that Netflix series. You just can't stop talking about it, right? Like, and, you know, that's how it went for us. And, you know, people could see a difference in how we felt, and, you know, they wanted to feel that way too. And we led with our heart, and, you know, we have stayed passionate for almost five years now. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we started and how, you know, we got our feet wet in this industry. And do you have anything to say?
No, I don't know. I was gonna maybe see if Mauria
wanted to ask us a question.
Charlotte just commented, she said they saw your transformation out loud. And I love that, because, you know, not everyone's transformation, guys, is a weight loss. I mean, I had a little bit of weight loss, but I didn't have a significant amount, you know what I mean? But it's that transformation of how you live, you know, it's how you spend your days and the words that come out of your mouth. I mean, if you're hanging out with us, you probably won't be posting negative stuff on Facebook. We're going to speak words of life and light and encouragement, and because that's what we do here. And when you feel better, you're in a lot better mood. It doesn't mean, there are some days there's not enough Thrive in the world to take care of that negative person that comes your way. But I'm trying to mute this person. I can't get them. I don't know how.
Mute all.
You can mute all. I'll just unmute myself when.
All right. But yeah, I mean, I love that she said you see the transformation out loud. And obviously, Cory, I mean, you had a vision for where this could go to. So talk to us a little bit about, I mean, because your life has been incredibly transformed. You're no longer in the restaurant industry. You're both work from home, have 2 babies now. So what is it, that keeps you moving forward every single day? Because I mean, life happens and there's going to be days where you don't feel like showing up as far as business, you know what I mean? So maybe Cory, why don't you kind of take that for a minute, talk about the the show up and the consistency, because that's how you create, Danny had that goal of, I want to be home with my babies.
Yeah.
So it took the daily do. Talk to us about that.
Well, I think that any person, anybody could start on day one and sign up. The very first person they sign up could be at 200K. And they also it might take them 6 months to sign up that one person that goes to 200K. I think just based on our experience, what drives us is the fact that somebody can, I mean, why are we any different than anybody else? We actually have the ability to, impact people and give them that chance to change, everything. And that can happen any day, so when you're intentional and when that what you have, has the ability to do what it's done in our lives, I think that's what continues this motion, that we don't really stop. And it's really hard because some people, like I said, person A and person B could have started the same day, and person A, they find their rock star in like first week, you know what I mean? But it takes person B, a few months. And we've been able to experience that, and see that, I mean, it's been there's sometimes where it's been a year where we haven't had somebody hit 12K. You know what I mean? Yeah, personal. But then you get that person and then you see that person change. I mean, like Evelise, she's one of our new 12Ks going for 40K, and she's just so jacked up about this, and she absolutely loves it. It's changing her physically, mentally. It's giving her opportunity to get away from what she does every single day, all day long. And to see that for us is, I mean, that's where it's like, oh my gosh, just the possibility that it can happen. You can find somebody and you can help somebody in a given day. I think that's what ultimately, I mean, drives it.
Well, yeah. And like, and like you said, Mauria, like you have to have that daily do, to like see a business, to see a big business, and, it's this business and this industry is a lot of self-discipline, and a lot of self-accountability, to be able to basically do the do to get the get, like you always say. So, I think for Cory and I, like, like he said, but also we know where we're going, we know where we want to go, and we know what we have to do to get there. And I think, for everybody on this call, like you've got to know, like why are you doing this? And I mean, you can't not have a reason why, what are you working for? And by having, that, in the back of your mind, maybe it's on your phone, maybe it's in the bathroom mirror, are you seeing those things daily? Like, why are you doing this? Mm-hmm. And I, for everybody, it's so important to, have that in front of you on a daily basis, because it's so easy to skip days. It's so easy to take days off. And, a lot of people find themselves, not working one day, and then one day turns into 1 week, and then 1 week turns into 1 month. And now it's a year later and I'm in the exact same spot I was a year ago. you know? So having those daily tasks and writing down your dreams and your goals and your plans and you know what you're working for and being excited about that. You know, I think that's one thing Cory and I, in the very beginning, we were excited for what could be, basically. Yeah. What could be out of this? We ran really fast, and, you know, it got exciting, and it's still to this day. It's, you know, obviously the bigger your business gets, the more your goals evolve and, you know, things change, but it's still the same, you know, foundation for us. Like, it's still you know, our goals are bigger, but we're still excited about like where we're going. So
Paul, we got a look last night, and Paul said, basically, like, none of us have like any investment into this, you know. I mean, monetarily, you know, we sign up for free. We're a free promoter. We don't pay for website. They do all that. And he said that's why it's so easy for somebody to just be like, I'm done, you know. But you have to take, especially if you're new, you have to. It's hard to see like she said, figure out why are you doing this. You know, what you have to have some sort of investment into this, because something has to be driving you to, you know, continue on and create goals and accomplish them. But he said, you know, I mean, well, the way I look at it is, I look at myself today and I think about all that we've gotten out of this, and that it makes me sick to think about potentially quitting, you know, when we first started, because I didn't have any investment and those things weren't there right in front of me, you know. But looking out, you have to see yourself 5 years from now and say, am I willing to, you know, give up where I'm going to be in 5 years just because I'm not getting it, you know, right now. You know, and that's kind of what he said, crunch down, see yourself in the future, and, you know, let that be what drives you and really your investment, you know.
Well, and also seeing where others have gone, you know, that paints that picture of what's possible for you, you know. And that's something that I know you guys agree with me. We can't unlearn what we know here. Like, we know what's possible for people, but we can't bottle that up, you know, and be like, okay, Vicki, I'm telling you, like, you gotta hang in there. You gotta stay consistent. You gotta keep talking. You gotta borrow somebody else's confidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, each of you, you know, one of the things that I asked the crowd in Toledo, because my section was motivation or whatever, and I'm like, I can't motivate you. At the end of the day, I cannot motivate you. I can't motivate Danny and Cory to stay in this. I mean, I can show them, but guess who can motivate Danny and Cory? Danny and Cory. They know. So, and it was so cool, y'all, because everybody kind of went around the room and shared why they do what they do, what it is that motivates them. And all of us are in different seasons of this business, just like all of us are in different seasons of life. I just got off of a Zoom with some of my personally enrolled. And I mean, we're all in different seasons of life, just with where our kids are, you know, but that common theme is always the same. And that right there, you know, that's the beauty of this, is that you truly can, you know, we've got the product, no question, hands down. Product is the vehicle. We've got the company that's the vehicle. So at the end of the day, what is it that stops someone? It all goes back to us, right? And just our commitment. And it's and that's not a shame thing. That's a, you know, what do you see as possible for you, right? And you believing. What do you guys? I know. Comparison can be just one of those yucky things. And I was actually on with Sheila earlier, and she said that she had just, her pastor had used this. Comparison takes contentment and can create resentment. And we actually kind of talked about how, you know, comparison, even in our journeys, it may not be even comparing against someone else, but like comparing ourselves, you know, it's the comparison we do within ourselves. Do you guys want to kind of address that? Because I mean, you guys have been in here 5 years. So I mean, there's definitely been comparison. You've seen comparison within your teams. Like, how would you address some people that are like, man, you know, I can't help but look at that other person or their journey?
Well, from a personal experience, I'm like tunnel vision, and you can benefit from being this kind of person, because that comparison game won't affect the growth of your business. So, am I happy for other people? Absolutely. Like I go girl. I cheer people on all the time, but their success has nothing to do with my success. And as far as, my team, voicing, Danny, like, I'm having a hard time. I'm seeing, she signed up at the same time I did, and she's 12K and I'm still sitting over here as a brand promoter. Like, what the heck am I doing wrong? Well, you're focusing on her too much. That's problem number one. Like, you're focusing more on her than you are on the growth of your business. And, that's going to always slow you down. So as far as comparing yourself to other people, my advice is to cheer them on and clap out loud and be genuinely happy for them. And tunnel vision, man, like, just stay in your lane. Like, this is your business. This is your life. These are your goals. This has nothing to do with what other people are doing. This is about you. And it's the same thing where I was just talking about, like, you can only motivate you. Like, this industry comes down to, you as a person. Like, how hard do you want to work? How, you can't let other people, get in the way of, what you want out of this. And, it's the exact same thing with the opinions of others. Oh my goodness. Like, when Cory and I first started, you guys, people were nasty, like nasty to say the least. And, we had friends post on Facebook, like, Thrivers, like, love ya, but can you stop posting about Thrive? And it's like, I had to unfollow them. It's kind of the same thing. I unfollowed them because for me, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't see them. It's not in my mind. It's not getting in the middle of my business. No voices in my head. Can't have voices in your head, because the voices are going to totally like get in the way, and they're going to mess with you. I mean, we've all had voices in our head, always. And, the best voice you can have is no voice in your head. Gary Vee said that.
That'd be great.
No voices. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, opinions and, the comparison game. It's all the same thing. I mean, it's all negative, this business. And, we've really built this 5 years in, I can't talk to people that are negative. I just can't.
Yeah. For me, sorry to interrupt you, but
no, it's okay.
Cause I'm kind of like, I'm one of those people that I feel like I'm sniffing out social media. I mean, we all know it's kind of bad, but anything that creates some sort of bad feeling inside of me, like she said, I unfollow the person or the idea or anything. I mean, my Facebook specifically is all Thrivers, because, anybody else kind of they've weeded themselves out, and I think that with comparison and, if you're stuck on someone or something, and it's, you have to fill yourself with positivity, and anything other than that doesn't really belong in or around you,
Yeah, we just have to kind of armor up. I've used that phrase. You armor up, and for me, in this business, I mean, I armor up with surrounding by what validates what I know. Like, nobody can come at me and just, a skeptic can come at me, but you're not going to win as far as what this product does, what this company is all about, and the possibilities that are here, right? So I'm armored up with the stories that validate all of that, which means I've always been surrounded by all of you. And that is so big. I love that. Is it Suzanne that said, if you're thinking about the past 5 years, work, but if you put forth the vision of the next 5, like, where are you going to be in 5? Where are you going to be in 10? That right there, I'm going to mute, is, where you're going. I mean, all of us have a past, and most of us aren't proud of it. Okay. So, but we're looking forward. We're looking forward to where we're going. And this is just the vehicle. That's another thing that's so important. It's not y'all about just hitting 4K or going VIP 800 in the first, what does that mean for that person? It's not about them hitting a rank with the smiley picture, the badge on their picture. No, what does that mean for that person? What does 12K mean for that person, and getting them closer to their all-time goals? The goals around here are not to hit a rank. It's to utilize this opportunity with the product that you have and the vehicle that you have with Lavelle taking care of people, to help you reach your goals. And that, to me, that's exciting. Last but not least, I just want to talk about exposure to the experience. So I don't have a business without people talking about Thrive. Danny and Cory don't have a business without people talking about Thrive. And this is something that's kind of been on my heart, because I'm like, okay, we got all these people that are showing up to these Zooms, but we can do Zoom all day long. But if we aren't exposing people to the Thrive experience, we're not going to grow, and we're not going to be closer to our end goal. So just how do you guys expose people to the Thrive experience? What's happening in your team on a daily basis that's getting people on Thrive? That's the main thing, GPOT, getting people on Thrive. How do you guys do it?
One thing really quick, say it as soon as I'm done. It was really short, but if we were to all be on this Zoom, like she said, all day long, this whole business would fail. So
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I was going to say, you guys are plugging in and showing up. You're going to locals. Are you going to Thrive Palooza? None of those things matter unless you implement all those things that you're learning on those platforms into your business. So don't show up on these Zoom calls and learn and not implement any of it into your business, because being on the Zoom call would have been a waste of your time. Same thing for Thrive Palooza. Don't show up. Don't buy your plane ticket. Don't get a hotel room. If you plan on just going to, be social and not actually take in what you're learning and bring it home and implement it to your business, again, it will be a waste of your time. As far as Cory and I am always intentional about, Thrive. I always, find my ends. I'm very, laid back. I love to build relationships. I want people to like, know, and trust me. And, that's my goal on social media too. I want people to like, know, and trust me. Once they like, know, and trust me as a person, they're going to like what I do. They're going to ask me what I do. They're going to trust the things that I do. So, for me, it's just, it's having conversations, it's building relationships, it's engaging with people on social media, it's engaging with people, at the gym. If someone gives me an in about Thrive, I'm totally taking it. Today I was on the rower with one of my girls, and I'm like, where were you yesterday? Like, why did you skip the gym? And she's like, oh my God, I had a 12-hour shift and I was just exhausted by the time I got home. And I'm like, that I can help you, right? Like I can get this show on the road. Like, so, just like little ends like that, little conversations, like, is she thriving yet? No. Is it hurting my feelings? No. I'm very patient with the process, and I'm funny with people, like, and she's going to thrive. Like I'm totally going to get her to thrive, and it's just a matter of time. And I can't wait around for her to thrive and not continue to talk to other people, because if I'm waiting around for Kristen to start thriving, I'd be waiting to grow my business forever. So don't get caught up.
We've been waiting for her for what, a year and a half?
Yeah. I mean, I've been at the gym for a year and a half. Like my business would have been zero. Yeah. Don't get so caught up with the 10 people that are on your follow-up list right now, running in hamster wheels, having the same conversations, following up with the same people that just aren't ready yet. Mm-hmm. You've got to have conversations with people on a daily basis. I was in one of my chat groups and asking people their goals. And, one of them said 12K. And I said, well, how many people have you talked to today? And she said 2. And I said, you need to talk to more people than that, because, those more than likely those 2 people aren't even going to answer you. One, and you're just going to wait around for these conversations to blossom into something that might not even happen. And now again, you're a year later and you're in the same boat talking to the same people who still don't want to thrive. So my goal, and our goal on a daily basis is literally to create as many conversations as we can, talk to as many people as possible. I'm not always talking to them about Thrive, guys. There's one girl on my Facebook, I've never talked to her about Thrive, but we have that social media friendship. And she's in Arizona, and her CrossFit gym literally has the same comp train as we do. So every day I talk to her about because we do the same workouts every day. So I'm just building that relationship with her. I'm being her friend. I'm getting her to know, and trust me, because eventually I'm confident enough to know that that conversation is going to turn into Thrive, or that conversation will get to a point where I'm like, girl, like, I can help you. Like, you know, you want to be stronger, more fit in the gym. Like, I got you. I've got you. So, you know, make it a goal to have different conversations on a daily basis with as many people as possible. And I'm looking at myself. I am bright red. This ring light, I told Cory, I'm getting sunburned. Like, seriously, it's I'm telling you.
She's just jacked up.
No, I'm not jacked up. I'm passionate. It's giving me a sunburn. Oh my God.
So I love that you just mentioned that about her and she being in another state, because Megan just said for 10 months I've been building a relationship with a mom and met in another state. And yesterday she sent me a message and said, okay, I need this the rest of in my life with 5 kids. 10 months of building a good real relationship.
And that's just why your social media presence is so important. Like, you can't not share Thrive on Facebook. You can't not share Thrive in your Instagram stories or on your Instagram posts. Like, people got to know what you're doing. Like, I've had people that are like, Danny, why, you know, I'm not growing. And I'm like, well, like, have you posted anything on Facebook? And
does anybody know you're thriving?
How do they know what the heck you're doing? Like, you've got to show them what you're doing. Like, you've got to show. And we are just a quick tip about Facebook. We stay true to our journey. We like people. We stay true to what the Thrive experience and what Lovell is doing for us. And we've been like that from the very beginning. I never posted about the car until I got the car. You know, I never posted about, you know, VIP 800 until I achieved VIP 800. I never posted about getting vacations until I was on a vacation. That was just me personally. I wanted to stay true to my journey. I wanted people to, you know, I didn't want to give people the opportunity to be like, well, where's your car then? Or, you know, what vacation have you gone on? So, you know, I'm always very, about me, you know, about what everything's doing for us, so that people, and, you know, pay attention to your social media. Don't be scared to like who's your audience, you know, like, who are you talking to? And, you know, we're younger, you know, a lot of our Facebook is first time parents, younger kids. And, you know, I know where my statuses need to focus on, and that's, you know, the energy, you know, the weight loss, you know, I need to talk to my audience, you know, I need to relate to my audience. My goal is when people are scrolling Facebook, they see my post and they're like, oh my God, that's so me. Like, I need that stuff. So, you know, don't be scared to do a little research on, you know, who your audience is.
Yeah. Who's watching you? I mean, who is watching you, and why do they need what you have? It's a solution for everybody.
For sure.
Love it.
But yeah. Anything you want to say?
Any last closing thoughts? You guys are awesome. Everybody has really enjoyed this. Thank y'all so much for.
I mean, Mauria, and, you know, we're nothing special. You know, we're no different than you guys. I mean, shoot, Cory and I freaking started in a restaurant. We were on Medicaid. We were on food stamps. We were on government. We are nothing special. You know, we don't have more friends. We don't have more connections. It's literally work. You know, don't be scared to put in the work. If you are Mamba mentality, yeah. If you are not satisfied with your business, then do more. Literally.
You were hungry is what set you apart. And honestly, it's what set me apart. I was hungry. I was sick and tired of being stuck. And I wanted options. And you guys were hungry. And I have to share this with you guys. I was in a conversation with Paul at one point, and there's frustrations that always happen in the business. And I was frustrated one day and I said, I just need a bunch of smart, sharp people. He's like, are you kidding, girl? You don't need smart, sharp people. You need people who are hungry. And, you know, I can't really completely do Paul's accent, but hungry. I mean, and it's so true. It's so true. I don't know of anyone that's gone to the top of this company that came in like with some cush life before Thrive. I mean, we were hungry, and it was a vehicle. It was dose of motivation with 2 capsules first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and game on, because this is my vehicle. And guys, if there's anything that, as we zoom into 2020, that is what I want you guys to know. This is your vehicle. Go get it started. Like, freaking put the key in the ignition, or what do we don't even have to do that anymore. I push the the brake and I hit the button. I mean, get it started and have a lot of fun along the way. These people that you are reaching out to, be intentional with truly wanting them to be in your circle, build those friendships, but also don't be afraid to reach out to that friend that you love and say, hey, girl, you've got to hear me out more on this. Like, you've got to hear me out more on this. I would love nothing more than for you to be a part of this journey with me, because it's just going places, and I'm not going to let it go without me, but I want you going with me as well. And the more you guys plug in, obviously the ones on here, you guys are plugged in, the more your confidence is going to grow, where those things just roll off your tongue. But it's genuine, it's authentic, it's being real, and hungry. Les Brown said you have to be hungry. So there you go. All right. Say goodbye, say thank you, and we appreciate you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
Bye, guys.
Have a good day.